Maruaki.
Nani, what a way to mark your return. Your first Arsenal goal, your first Champions League goal too. How good does it feel to be back?
Yeah, no, first of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. And it's just amazing, to be fair. First goal, couldn't have picked a better game, to be fair. It's always difficult, you know, as an attacker, you want to hit the ground running straight away. Sometimes you got to wait, but it was perfect. I'm so happy that the team got the win as well.
3-1 against Bayern Munich, a team that Arsenal have historically struggled against. How big of a statement was that?
Yeah, it's an incredible statement. But we know the work that we put in every single day. We're so together, and we go into these type of games now with a real confidence that we're going to get the job done, and that's exactly what we did today. So we're really satisfied. But of course, we got another big one on Sunday. So.
Absolutely. Look, there were some unfair comments when you signed for Arsenal this summer. How much more determined did that make you to prove yourself here at Arsenal?
Yeah, it was a little factor for sure, of course. I'm a confident player, so I don't really like anyone telling me that I can't do something, but it's really my teammates and the staff and how they've taken to me and the belief that they have in me. That's really the real reason why I want to, you know, do my thing here and give back and play really well and help us win trophies, which is what we're all trying to do. So, as you say, it's your old club Chelsea next. They've just beat Barcelona. You've just beaten Bayern Munich. What sort of game have we got to look forward to in the Premier League this weekend? Thank my Lord and Saviour. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see on Sunday. Obviously, first versus second. They got a top team. We're a top team. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good game, and God willing, we get the result that we all want.
Well done tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, another first versus second fixture for this Arsenal side. Look, Mikel Arteta needed to rotate. The changes he made today made a difference off the bench too. And we'll get more reaction from the Emirates in just a moment. We've also got more live football tomorrow with the Europa League and the Conference Leagues, and then on stat for you as well. First time since 1953, Liverpool have lost 3 consecutive games by 3 goals or more. Probably have time to touch on that a little bit later on, but let's just have a little look at after everything that we've seen in the Champions League, where it leaves the standings at the moment. Arsenal are at the top there, and just a reminder that last season 16 points was pretty much enough to get you through automatically without going into the playoffs. So Arsenal probably just 1 point off that now. Paris Saint-Germain are second, Bayern dropped to third, and then Inter, who I just said there, who had that 100% record as well, they're now fourth. A few teams dropping out of it as well. Man City in that second column for you, and also Newcastle and Liverpool. Okay, that's how it looks at the moment. So much to discuss with that, because wow, what a game, what a performance from this Arsenal side. Martin, really, Arsenal had a chance to put a marker down, and Bayern were the team to do it against, because they're one of the favourites, first and second in the table before this game kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, it was really impressive from Arsenal. I thought that first half, the goal that Arsenal scored and conceded, they probably thought, do you know what, we're going to change what we're going to do for the second half. We sat off a little bit. Kimmich plays incredible pass. It's two passes back. It's in the back of the net. So why be worried about pressing? Let's go and press as high as we can and get in and around them. And then that's how the goals were scored. It was like fantastic the way that they set up. The atmosphere in the stadium, the players coming off the bench. It was a real show of power and strength. I mean, Calafiori comes off the bench, really, because Skelly was in a little bit of trouble. But look what he does from the cross. It's all about what he does as an attacking sense rather than defensively. And then that gets them back in front. Madueke spoke so well afterwards. He feels it looks like he's at peace at this club. Couldn't get him back soon enough, and then Ødegaard off the bench, so it's looking very good now, of course, now for the weekend, looking ahead to the Chelsea match. So they're coming thick and fast. You have to take time to breathe, to enjoy it, but you know that's a platform for Arsenal to build on now for the rest of the season.
Oh, and Bayern have been such a problem for Arsenal in Europe as well.
Yeah, but I think Bayern had a stronger squad, you know, and they had more experience in this competition, and I think that probably showed a couple of years ago when Arsenal were probably stronger than Bayern at that point, but I think Bayern's experience won that game. I think now Arsenal can go toe-to-toe with anyone. I think with the squad that they have, I think obviously signing a striker was important, addressing that goal-scoring issue. But again, you look at Mosquera's come in seamless, Hincapié on the weekend seamless, and Madueke comes off the bench. You know, Martinelli, Calafiori. It doesn't matter who comes in; they're all top players. And obviously, I think before it was obviously a lot of focus on Saka and Ødegaard, and rightly so, and Declan because they're special. But I think they've addressed some of those issues, and I think 2 years ago they couldn't have won this game against Bayern, whereas now again, that second half, I thought they dominated.
Yeah. What about the manager's performance as well and the changes that he made, Martin?
Yeah, I think having a good feeling for knowing what was happening. Obviously, the first substitution was Trossard, who, you want him back. He's been an incredible servant for the club in terms of what he's done. But then he takes Saka off at the right time. Obviously, Madawaki's already on the pitch. Calafiori, he gets an assist. Martinelli comes off the bench, and Martinelli does something. I mean, great credit to Martinelli, because we watch Trossard do what he's doing, and Martinelli's not getting a look in, but he always seems to score in Europe. He comes on, he's not fazed by it. He wants to prove something, and it was a special goal, and I'm really pleased, particularly for him, to get that one.
I love the way as well, it's a real team performance from this Arsenal side at the moment. They're showing different ways of winning.
Yeah, and I thought the first half, I think Mikel probably thought, right, we'll sit off Bayern a little bit. We'll let them play, and Bayern dominate possession. I think they had 62% possession in that first half. And then, but obviously Arsenal scored with the set piece, which, they're exceptional at. And then I just thought the second half, I thought they got a few set pieces that kind of pushed Bayern back. Bayern couldn't get out, couldn't keep the ball. And then from that moment on, Arsenal started to dominate the game. And then Declan said, right, I'm going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. And they played beautiful football, and they dominated. And I think I said it to Mikel before the game, they have so many phases where they can beat you now. Before that Arsenal team had so many fabulous little ball players, but they didn't have the physical side or the set piece side. Martin's teams, they had everything, whatever ingredient you needed, whether it was Bergkamp or Thierry or that brilliant back four.
They
had
unsettled,
everything.
didn't they? They unsettled Bayern Munich there
They
tonight,
did, yeah.
didn't they? And they didn't really know how to cope. They sort of knocked on the canvas a little bit. We saw the goal they scored from the set piece, and it was like, it got very nervy. And then Arsenal just took over.
Arsenal knew as well that they were weak from set pieces, and that series of play where it was corner after corner after corner, and it seemed to settle Arsenal down and really rattle Bayern Munich.
And basically, in the first half, we didn't really see a corner from Declan Rice, and then suddenly we had this series of, and Declan's so good. I can't express enough the quality of delivery is on the nail, right? It just puts it into a spot where Arsenal look favourite every time. This is the first one, Saka. It comes from the opposite side. Of course, this is the one. This is Declan Rice now, probably one of the best players we've ever seen take for. Now, he started doing this in the middle of last season. They went away to Dubai, and he starts taking the corners, and it's been like this ever since. Brilliant balls into the box.
Yeah, brilliant save from Neuer. I think he made 5 saves, but again, I think it was that phase of the game where they kind of squeezed Bayern in, who dominated the ball initially, and then they couldn't get out, they couldn't keep it, and then Arsenal kind of grew into the game, the crowd got into the game, and then the ball players got on the ball. Eze, Declan, Zubimendi was running the game, and that allows your fullbacks to get high and to get in the game. And I just thought, tactically, Mikel, I probably made some adjustments at half-time, and it came off beautifully.
What does their mentality say to you about them at the moment, Martin? Because there's been previous seasons, and a lot of them, where Arsenal have had opportunities to take advantages, and they've managed to fluff their lines. And I'm talking about managing to go 6 points clear in the Premier League after this weekend, when Liverpool and Man City have fallen away and lost their games, and this opportunity tonight against Bayern Munich to pull away at the top.
Well, what we've seen, I think that was the first goal they conceded in the Champions League here tonight, and they went 8 games without conceding, and then there's like this force field of power, strength. They're all proud of what they're achieving, and then the mentality, and it's like it's a baton that you hand from one player. Hincapié hands it, doesn't it, to Mascara tonight. It's seamless. You're not seeing it's the same performance, but it's different players. So it's definitely a mentality, a togetherness, and they're really on it at the moment. It's almost like you want to play all the games close together now to get this. But we've got to go to May. So there's a long, long way to go. Enjoy what you're doing. Live, breathe. Whatever you did preparing for this game, you do the same for the next games, and you take that to Chelsea at the weekend. It's just, they've got to enjoy it. You've got to love these moments. This is what you play the whole career for, to be in these winning opportunities, top of the league in Europe, top of the Premier League. Everybody wants to shoot at you, but you've got to love it, you've got to enjoy it and embrace it, and that's what they appear to be doing.
I mean, you were sat next to me, and we looked at the change in the series that included Martin Odegaard, and you were like, wow, look at that, imagine bringing those people off the bench.
Do you know what I like Laura the most? He's the club captain, and the way he greeted Eze, the way he put his arm around, like, well played, mate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's a true captain, and that shows the togetherness this group has. Eze's obviously, he's been the guy the last couple of weeks because Martin's been out. But I think having your captain kind of even just send that message, and our air was different. It was like, you're almost annoyed when somebody played really well. But I just think, having a captain like Martin, and these guys, they're so together, you can just feel it.
But they're developing leaders, aren't they? They're developing captains. I look back to some of the great teams we had. There was almost 11 captains on the pitch. And this guy coming along now is his leadership material.
Good evening.
By the way,
Right.
what's the performance?
Thank you very much. You're right, yeah. Good to see you.
Declan, congratulations.
Good to see you again.
Moments like this really don't come along in people's careers that often. Do you really just have to take them in?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at Bayern Munich this season, they've been the best team in Europe. And the games they've won tell you that. So we knew tonight what type of game we was in for. Probably the toughest game tactically we've played all season, to be honest with you. The way they move, the way they drag you around, it takes a lot of communication and a lot of thinking.
Some crazy rotations from them, isn't
It's
there?
incredible. The way they work it is so good, and it's top tier. But
Is that why you guys almost sat off them a little bit in the first half?
yeah, when they drop you deep, it's so hard to pick up references across the pitch. It's so hard to get up to a man because they're just rotating constantly. So it's about staying zonal and waiting for the opportunity to pounce. And I think second half we've done that much better. We got our references right. We really went man to man with them. And yeah, it was an all-round great performance because it is Bayern Munich. They've been unbelievable this year, and I thought tonight we was outstanding.
Declan, just talk to me about Supermendy, because I was saying there that you were running free in that game, galloping all over the pitch. It's just like someone's lifted the chains off you to say, right. And is it Supermendy that is giving you that licence to... Because it was just there.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, it's been so easy to play with him. We obviously only signed him in the summer, and usually to build a connection with a player takes a while. But from the first moment we had with each other in pre-season, I could just tell that I was going to play some good football with him. I just really, really liked him as a person, as a player, and I think as the games have gone on, our understanding of each other has been outstanding, and he's just such a nice guy.
Because at the foot of the defence, that platform, he navigates with his passing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So well, and then I can stay high, Eze can stay high, because we trust this fella to make the passes.
He's Spain's number 6, and you know what Spanish number 6s are like. They're the best at, first phase build up, turning on the ball, playing forward, playing into pockets, and that's exactly what we've got with him. We all trust him with the ball. If there's a player up his side, it's just easy to give him the ball, and you all feel so confident with him. So he's been so good for us. Unbelievable player.
Dick, it must be so reassuring to know that any changes that get made, there's no drop-off, is there?
That's down to the manager. That's down to the way we work every single day, and the players all believing in exactly what he does. And like you said, every game requires something different. Chelsea on the weekend will be a completely different game to tonight, and that's going to require a different game tactically. But like you said, every player knows their role and what to do, and I think that's the main thing.
Declan, can I ask you honestly, where'd you get these set pieces from? Because to be fair, I thought it was a really tight game in the first half. The set pieces that you kind of pushed Bayern in, they couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Those consistent corners, and it just felt like that changed the game. And then you guys got a foothold in the game, and everybody started to play. But your corners are when did you practice all them?
I think the delivery is a big part of it. I think obviously to score the goal, you need a top delivery. I think how many corners do you see that hit the first man, or only hit the second man? It's about repetition. We don't actually get to work on it a lot, and I'm being totally honest, just because of the game schedule and how much we actually focus on the opposition. But I think it's a thing we've built in for a while now. We know what we have to do. We know our routine, and it's a great way to open up a game, especially against Bayern, who are really tough to play against. Obviously, people are going to say what they have to say about us and set pieces, but it's a great strength to have, and yeah, we're going to hopefully keep scoring.
But you don't even have to just score from set pieces like you showed tonight and like you showed at the weekend against Spurs. Have you spoken to the manager yet? What's he said to you guys in the changing room? Because that was a big night for him as well.
He's so happy, incredible. He just spoke about the importance of communication before the game because of how much they move and rotate. That can really put you off as a player because it has to be constant communication with man-to-man game, and especially when you've got Harry Kane dropping from striker all the way to the edge of the box. Is your centre-half prepared to go the whole way with him? So there's so many different things, and he spoke about the power of communication, and tonight I think everyone was on it. You could feel it. There was something in the stomach, everyone was bang up for it, and it was another special European night.
Does it feel different as a team? I asked Martin about the mentality that we think we can see from Arsenal, where there's so much belief in this side. Does it feel different from last season, the season before?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think there's a lot more leaders in the team now. I think there's a lot of players who've been here for quite a while and know what it takes to play for this club, and obviously been in a lot of title races, and obviously that hurts, that feeling of always not being able to get over the line. And we know how important it is every single game. We're just taking it one game at a time, but the mentality's been different this year. There's a hunger and desire in us to to want to win every game, and we can do that if we're at our best.
Okay, we'll let you go and enjoy it, because Declan, Arsenal are top of the Premier League and the Champions League at the moment. It's not a bad
it's a
place
long
to
way.
be, is it?
It's a long way to go. Let's not carried away.
We'll tell you what, we'll let the fans enjoy that one in the pub tonight.
Great to see you guys.
Well done, mate.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
Great to see you.
Bye-bye.
Well done. Declan Rice just